My mom shoots upstairs. I shoot upstairs behind my mom. Here come Marky, Brianna, and the bouncer. All you hear is, oh, the howling, okay, that Caleb was doing was crazy work. Because he was, oh. I mean, for dear life. I was like, what is going on? It seemed like somebody was ripping them open, okay? He was, I could just... the cry out that he was doing, I could feel it. So my mom like, Boo Man, unlock the door. He like, I can't move. It hurts. It hurts. So my mom like, y'all just don't want me to have a good birthday. Everything gotta be about y'all all the time. So my mom is mad and she's storming off. So I'm just standing there, right? So Marky like, you think it's the kidney stone? I'm like, it gotta be. I'm like, cause I ain't never heard him. Like, it seemed like it's a full moon in there, and he is howling at the moon. I'm so serious. He was, Calabunga, dude. Like, slow that. Like, I didn't know if to laugh or really feel concerned, but I definitely felt that he was going through some pain because Caleb, when he defecate, he normally just be bringing his iPad and stuff like that and watching his shows and stuff in the bathroom and laughing. But this time he was, I could never forget. I wish I could have saw his face just at that current moment. So I'm like, it gotta be the kid. I'm telling Marky, like, it gotta be the kidney stones. So Brianna like, oh, he got a kidney stone? I'm like, nobody's talking to you. So all of a sudden you hear zzz, zzz, and now my mom comes back, right? She's coming up. And she unlocks the bathroom door and goes in there with Boo Man and she shuts it. Now, I'm very close to the door. Let me say this again. I am very close to the door. When she shut the door real fast so we wouldn't see what was going on in there, a whiff of what was in there came out and it smacked all of the under here. It smacked. It gave me like a combo, right? It was like a 1-2 in the nostril, like pop, 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 bing, and then left. And I was like, whoo, like he fighting something in there. Like he fighting a sore or something because the smell was ferocious. The smell, oh my God, that whiff smelled like a sore. That's the only thing I could describe it as, or some old meat or the sore. Either way you pick, you can't go wrong. So I'm like, whoo, so Brianna was like, I hope he's okay. So I'm just looking at her like, so I look at my phone, it's Kiki. That's her that had texted me when my mom was coming back up with the keys to unlock the bathroom. So I'm like, oh my God, she's still in front of the crib. She wants me to come outside real quick. Now my mom is in the bathroom. She could come out. It ain't like she in the back and she's preoccupied. Like she's in here taking care of Caleb. She could come out at any given time. So I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, Marky, I'm like, I'm gonna need you to cover me. He like, for what? I'm like, I can't say. It's a red. He like, it's a red. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm like, I'm gonna be real fast. He like, all right, hurry up. So now it's the bouncer, Brianna, and Marky. I left them. They up there by the bathroom while Caleb having his howling to the moon. So boom, I go out the front door. You hear front door now open. And now I didn't close it all the way. I just cracked it. Now that is a risky move because if people gonna come to the party. So if people try to come to the front door, it's a party. So they just gonna open the door and just try to probably come straight in. That's one. I was worried about that. Before I even walked off the porch, I was already thinking like, oh my God, I hope nobody, walk straight in and then go to the back because it was late at night. Now people got to pay. You can only get in free when you come early. So now you got to go all the way in the back and you got to go see the bouncers, come through the bouncers. They check your stuff and then they give you like a little wristband. But other than that, you have to pay to get in. So that's why my mom would shut the whole front part off. So I got it cracked. I'm not thinking I'm going to be long. I'm not going to be long. I'm going fast. So I comes off the porch, come out my way. I'm looking, I'm like, where did she park? So I'm looking, it's dark. So I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God. So I text, I'm like, where do you park? She like, just look, I got the lights on, so I go in the street and look down, and I see her. I gotta go past some houses. Like, girl, you could at least pulled up in front of the crib. Cause I was already paranoid. Mind you, I already had hit the half of Marky Blunt. We just put it out. So boom, I hurry up, I run, I get to the car. She let the window down. She like, get in. I'm like, no, I can't stay that long. She like, you can't do nothing with me. You can't hang with me outside or at your house or be at my house. We don't work. Like, I'm like, please, not you too. I'm like, look, my mom is already ratting my case. She like, for what? She like, that lady, no offense, I'm sorry. She is crazy. She is evil. I'm like, I tried to tell you that. Like, you're telling me something I already tried to tell you. She like, can you at least just smoke this L with me? I'm like, all right, look, just give me a second. She's like, okay, and tell your brother to come out. I'm like, all right, cool. So boom, I leave the car, right? I leave it. I'm going back to the crib. Get to the crib. I goes, boop. Nobody comes in. I'm like, oh, it worked. I was worried for nothing. I goes upstairs. I'm like, they still in the bathroom? They like, yeah, mom giving them a shower. I'm like, y'all just standing here? The bouncer didn't say nothing. The security, the man didn't say nothing. He was like this. Big swarms. He was like this the whole time. I'm talking about face. I don't even think the man blinked them many times. I was like, y'all just standing right here. Boom. Kayla finally comes out. And my mom like, he's not feeling well. Can y'all please keep an eye on him? Make sure he ain't up here trying to bump and jump. He said that he actually, I'm like, Mom, look, I already know what you're finna say. Please don't say it out loud. She like, and why you didn't go? I'm like, cause you told me to get Kiki out and I was trying to get her. Look, you don't need no distractions. If Raymond come over here, don't let it be a distraction. I say, watch my son. He's not feeling the best, okay? Just go check on him. Sit up there with him. I'm like, okay. She said, you too, Marky. You too. Now I'm going out there to enjoy my party. I don't care what goes on, what happened. You better know what to do. I'm not coming back up in here. I'm like, okay. I got you. She said, you better get me. You been getting me and you ain't got me yet. I'm like, okay. She said, let's go. She told the bouncer, let's go. She walks off. So I'm like, are you here? His back door now opening. I'm still standing there. Boom in his room. So he like, it's open. I open up the door. I'm like, what happened? So Marky come. He like, hey, doodle face. So Caleb say, don't call me doodle face. I don't. Oh, I'm like, look, don't. He like, it just hurt really bad when I breathe, when I talk, he was just saying it hurt when he moved. I just he like, it feel like something ripping on the side. So I didn't know like a feeling of a kidney stone. So I'm like, I'm sorry I didn't come in the bathroom. He like, it's okay. So Marky like, I wouldn't have went in the bathroom. Why he pooped, bro? That's disgusting. So he left. He like, oh. I'm like, you okay? He like, I want to eat, but I'm not hungry. I'm like, Mom just gave you a vanilla milkshake. He like, that's not real food. I'm like, you want another vanilla milkshake? He like, no. He like, I think that's what made me poopies. He like, I just want to lay down. I'm like, you don't want to play your game? That's how I knew Caleb was down. He didn't want to get on his computer. He didn't want to play his game. He didn't want to play his PC. He didn't want to play nothing. He just wanted to lay down. He like, can you just leave? So Brianna just still standing there. She like, I hope you feel better. He like, thank you. I'm like, don't talk to my little brother. And I shut the door. She like, you can't keep acting like that. I'm like, don't talk to me. I'm like, hey, bro, come here. I need to talk to you. Come in my room. So he come in the room. I'm like, look, Kiki, she outside. He like, you just don't get it. I'm like, what? He like, bro, Mom said she had to go. I'm like, she not in here. She out there. He like, okay, she out there. Why? I'm like, look, she want to smoke with us. He like, no. I'm like, oh, you saying no? I do everything. He like, I thought we was finna kick it with Raymond. I'm like, I'm gonna text him right now. I'm like, let's just go out there, smoke the blunt, and hit the bottle. He like, and hit the bottle? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's gonna be quick. We ain't gonna smoke the whole thing. He like, cause Mom, I'm trying to get my stuff back. I'm like, all right, I'll ask Mom, can you get your stuff back? He like, shake on it. I'm like, shake on it. We shake on it. Now the deal is, I gotta tell Mom, please, can he get his stuff back? But here's the deal. Why do I gotta shake up with you when I have your back all the time? Like, you should just want to roll with me just to roll with me. Marky kind of acting a little different lately. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, we come out the room. Brianna, she's still right there. I'm like, why you by my door? She like, I was waiting on y'all. I'm like, you remember? Your mom is your ride. You should be hanging with your mom. You of age. She like, stop it. I'm like, please, don't touch me. Go tell my mom that. So, boom, we go downstairs. So, we sitting there. I'm like, you ready? He like, yeah. I'm like, oh, let me get our own cups. So, I grabbed, like, 2 cups. She like, where y'all going? I'm like, none of your business. She like, I want to go. I'm like, no, you can't go. She like, I want to go. Marky like, hey, why you doing it? You trying to aggravate him. She like, I want to go. I'm trying to hang with y'all. But he said, Marky like, but he said no. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm speaking another language. Am I speaking Japanese? You don't understand me? So boom, we leave out. Now, Kiki pulled up a little closer. As soon as I come out, I'm like, oh, she pulled up closer. I open up the door, Marky get in the back. I get in the front. I'm like, you moved up closer. She like, yeah, I took somebody's parking spot. I'm like, that's probably for like, my mom party. My mom had the whole block. It wasn't nowhere to park. Everybody, it was a car. Yo, my mom had the whole block and the next block over where Kenyatta stay. It was filled. So she like, man, I couldn't even find no parking coming. So we just talking. So Marky like, just hurry up and flame up. So she like, okay, you can flame, right? Like, you can flame on. Like, she wasn't trying to flame on. She wanted to talk. But Marky on a mission. Marky want to go. Marky like, here, you can thank me later. I'm like, oh, the Vazine. He like, yeah, you ready to put that in your eye so you won't tell on us. I'm like, hey, don't be so aggressive back there. So he light up. So we passing it. So I'm watching the blunt, but I'm only hitting it 2 times. Like, pass. Every time it came to me. So she like, hey, come on, let's have a shot. So she pulled us a shot. Boom, I took a shot. Boom, she pulled me another. Boom, now the car is, smoky. Look, we hotboxed the car so bad. We couldn't even see outside the car, right? So we had to open up the door to let some of the smoke out. So she put the blunt out. It's like about this much left. Now, my eyes feel low. It feel like it got weights on them joints. Okay, so I'm like, I can't let my mama see me like this. Now, I start going to I'm paranoid. I start going through a paranormal thing. Like, oh my God, my mama gonna know that I'm a smoke. So I went on ahead. I get the Visine out. Yo, I ain't even do 2 drops. Marky like, give me some. Right? She like, y'all always gotta do that. I'm like, yeah. My mom young. She had us when she was, 14. Like, no, we not finna look. We not finna play. I just got my stuff back. So she like, am I gonna see you later? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna text you. We'll see each other later. She like, all right. So as the car kind of like, because we opened up the door and some of the smoke was going, I just happened to glance and look. I'm like, Marky, that look like Grandpapa. He like, that is. I'm like, who is that girl? He like, I don't know, but Grandpapa was holding the girl by the hips. Now, mind you, he married to my nana, which is my mom's mom, the one that was just watching the house, and she crazy. She in the military. So I'm like, what? Now, mind you, I'm lost for words because I ain't never seen this type of reenaction right here, like him doing this with another female. So Marky like, yo, we gotta go out there. I'm like, no, we ain't, So he like, the door already unlocked anyway. I'm like, he ain't gonna just straight up open it. He got a key. He gonna try to put the key in if it's anything. So he like, we might as well just come up behind him. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, hey, Kiki, I'm gonna text you. She like, you better. She like, and give me a kiss, and straight up grab me. Whew. She started kissing me. I mean, she was sucking my face. I'm like, she like, please text me. Marky like, yo, she ate you up. I'm like, man, come on. So boom, we gets out. She pull off. So I'm like, Grandpapa. He was already up there. And he like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, hey, how you doing? So I'm looking at the girl. She got, the dress, if she bent over, you yo, you can see that camel toe, that camel toe. I was just like, oh my God, like, but she looked good. She looked good, and I was just looking at Grandpapa like, you want to go around the back? He's like, no, I'm gonna go around the front. Where y'all coming from? I'm like, oh no, my friend had came over. I'm like, I was just walking up to her car. So Marky like, yeah, that's what we was doing. And so he went on ahead. My grandpapa went on ahead and went in the house. So he went through, boom, and he went towards the back. Marky turned around. He like, bro. I'm like, what? He like, why you say that? What if he tell mom that? I'm like, Grandpapa ain't gonna go and just have a conversation. Say, yeah, I saw Rudy Doty. They said they was walking. He like, you don't know that. I'm like, you paranoid. So Brianna like, where y'all been? I'm like, bro. He like, what? I'm like, mom cups in her car. So Brianna like, where you been? I'm like, why you keep being in my face? I'm like, you finna blow me, move. So I put my arm out. She like, don't touch me. I'm like, what? She like, don't touch. I'm like, you in my space. I said, I'm done. So we go in the living room. Marky like, hey, just chill. Just relax. So all you hear is ling, 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 ling. Now, mind you, I had already hit Raymond up. It's Raymond. I opened the door. I'm like, yo. He like, what's up? I'm like, what's good? He like, I got some new stuff. I got some purple haze. I'm like, bro, we just got, I'm like, bro, I'm so like, I was up there, but I had the drops in my eyes, but the inside, I was like doing like 50 things. Like, I don't know, I was OCD in the inside. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't stop moving my legs. I was up, down, like I needed a snack. So he like, you want to smoke another one? I'm like, man, not right now. So Marky like, I still got a piece. Marky like, I still got a piece. So Brianna like, I want to smoke. So I'm like, nah, you can't smoke. So he like, no, I got to know she can hit it. I'm like, nah, bro, she can't smoke. She like, well, he said I can. I can smoke some of his, but it was the way she did it, right? So I'm like, well, you can smoke with him. I'm like, hey, I don't want to smoke then. You know what I'm saying? She can smoke with you. So he like, wait, am I missing something? So Marky like, yeah, they fighting. So Raymond like, I don't want to have no pause of it. I don't want to have no dealings. So Raymond went on here. He rolled up. He went out there on the front. Now, we watching, you know what I'm saying, the crib while Raymond out there. So that was his first blunt. So he's smoking out there. So Marky went out there and then he smoked with Raymond. Raymond comes in. Boom, Brianna goes out there. She hits it. Marky comes in. Now, she supposed to give it to me. She leaves it out there and she said, oh, I left the blunt going. I said, oh, I don't want to smoke. She like, why not? I'm like, I don't want to smoke behind you. She like, but I left it out there for you. I'm like, I don't need it. So Raymond like, hold on, don't let it burn. So Raymond went out there and she like, well, I hit it. And she went out there with Raymond. And now they out there smoking or whatever. And me and Marky in the crib.